Edwards, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Newman, quickest, a Ford, a Dodge, and a Chevrolet.
Check him out. Kenny Wallace in the 09 car.
My man Kenny had a great run going to Daytona. He was running like 8th or 9th when he got caught up in that wreck. And he has worked, I mean, obviously he works with speed, so we hear his trials and tribulations all the time. He's worked really hard to put his ethanol deal together with that group and with the family farmers this weekend. He works, he's old school. He doesn't only drive the car, he finds the sponsors, he does all that stuff. He spends a lot of time. This is his life. I think he just does TV as his hobby.
Yeah, it's just
you would think it would be the other way. He'd do TV for a living and race as a hobby, but it's the other way.
He just likes hanging out with you, Kyle. That's what he told me. But I talked to Robbie Bentley Carl on this 09 car, and Robbie got a great association and a relationship started last year when he put Brian Scott in his car toward the end of the year with Joe Gibbs, and they've continued that relationship. So they've got some good influence from Gibbs Racing, as well as he really feels like I've got a veteran behind the wheel for the first time on a regular basis, and they're excited about this. This is one of the cars I was telling you about that was basically not done at the shop, and they had to load it up and get it out here to Phoenix, and they finished up some detail work when they got here. So this is the first laps on this car here for Kenny and this 09 team.
Well, Kenny is no ride-around guy. Kenny Wallace wants to win. The competitive fire burns bright right there. Bob Dillner. Trevor Bain.
Oh, yes. I won't comment on that. All right, you guys were talking about old school, finding sponsors in the off-season. I got to tell a story. Kenny Wallace called me right after I gave birth, and you said, I'm talking to 400 farmers right now trying to get a sponsor. And, oh, yeah, by the way, congratulations, Wendy. That's what the phone call consisted of in the winter. You were a working man, and it's paying off.
You know, Wendy, like everybody in the sport, we're all working hard to find sponsors, but I'm really excited. This is the first time, I don't know how long, I've unloaded in the top 15, so I want to thank my new car owner, Robbie Benton. I've got a sweet car. Scott Zipadelli is my crew chief, and one of the Toyota factory back teams, so I don't know, I feel like Rocky, like I'm coming back, you know, I'm trying really hard, and today's a big day for me because I just got a great phone call from American Ethanol. I'm going to join Clint Boyer. I'm one of the spokespeople for American Ethanol, and I'm really excited about it. So, Sunoco Green E15 Ethanol saved my year this year. Thank you.
Now, I know you joke and we laugh with Kenny Wallace, but you actually have educated us quite a bit with this whole process with ethanol and the family farmers. What's been the biggest thing you've learned from them?
The greatest thing I've learned is spending time in Illinois with Larry Hashhider or Tim Seifert, Interstate 64, Highway 55. I literally had my blue pickup, or my blue Suburban. It was one of my wife's old Suburbans. We sent it back to St. Louis, and I drove to all these farms. And I thought, my gosh, it's a mom, it's a dad, it's a son, it's a daughter, and they got dogs and cats. And they're growing corn and soybean, and they're working with livestock, and they're as American as could be, and they get beat up a lot, you know, so just a good American story. They fit right here in the NASCAR really good.
It sure is, and it's good to see you roll off the hauler so fast. Kenny Wallace, fast in Phoenix, Mike.
I'm sure it also doesn't hurt that a congressman from Iowa, Steve King, I believe his name is, has a son who races dirt late models.
Hand in hand. It all works hand in hand.